What does Shazam wear underneath his costume?
I don't know.
Thunderpants.
I believe it.
The greatest DC Comics show on YouTube. Fanboys live and the retro review.
Welcome to the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. Winona Judd is in my area tonight. Why? If you want to come over after your show, I'll put you on. We can
Go
talk
live
about
with Winona Ryder.
Shazam.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, welcome to tonight's show. I want to start out by saying, unfortunately, our special guest, Super Russ 9000, is unable to join us tonight, but we hope to have him back at another time. And Russ, we hope you're doing well. So that's also going to alter what we had originally scheduled for our retro review. We'll talk more about that when we get into the retro review portion. But tonight's show is myself, Ryan Magic Lasso, along with Tony, Signature King. SK, how are you doing?
I am alive.
I noticed that when you showed up.
Yeah. So that's good news.
Yeah. Have you been comic hunting this week or browsing or...
No. I was too busy riding roller coasters and doing cannonballs into the pool. So, yeah, enjoying summer. But definitely have some comics I'm looking at just to bring to different cons. But always on the lookout for books.
So obviously you didn't make it to Terrific Con this weekend.
No, that one's a little too far for me. That's another one that I've always really wanted to go, but it just the timing never works out.
When's your next show?
I'm debating on whether or not to go to Harrisburg, which I think is in 2 weeks, but after that is Baltimore, the end of September. So that's the big one.
Yeah, very, very nice. I'm hoping that someone is able to get me a creator autograph next weekend in Chicago for Fan Expo.
Fan Expo is cool. I want to do some of the Fan Expos. I heard they're really fun to attend.
Yeah. So we'll keep my fingers crossed and see if that comes through. I went out and bought the books, so the book's in my possession that I want to get signed. So we'll see if it happens.
Yeah. Very cool.
If you're watching us on the rewind, thank you so much for deciding to hit the play button tonight. We appreciate it. Let's say hello to those that are joining us in the live chat, starting with first up, the art of Alan Shell, Captain Shazam. He wonders, did Sketch pick this? Sketch, did you pick this?
If I'm Sketch, then yes, I did pick this.
Oh, he says SK, not Sketch. I think Sketch could be your new name. Your new nickname.
Sketch.
Sketch.
Well, I've been called a lot worse, so Sketch is no problem.
Yeah, I got my sketchy co-host with me here tonight, SK. Next week, our special guest on the show is going to be John's Comics with Friends.
Oh, very
cool.
So,
usually he has a conflict, a D&D conflict, but next weekend he won't. I have not heard what character or what title he's picked for us to do next week. So I'm looking forward to finding out what that's going to be. I know he's been reading, I know some of the stuff he's been reading DC-wise recently, so maybe it'll be one of those, or maybe he'll surprise us. Let's say a hello and a meow to the Jackson Roy Kirk. And Jackson, we're saying meow to you, right? Meow.
Meow, meow.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to cats.
Yep. Yep, the crown is back.
Crown is back. My jacket and my crown match my drink.
Oh, it does. Very nice. My shirt matches my personality.
Team Awesome. There you go.
Yeah. Look. Oh, I wonder what good comic books he got.
Oh man.
Yep. John is contractually obligated to be a guest on the show at least once a year.
Yeah, that's true.
We're 8 months. He has not been a guest this year. He was a guest last year, but he hasn't been a guest this year. So that's what we're doing. Let's take a look at what's going on news-wise. I know that I'm going to have a ton of stuff when it comes to collected editions, trade paperbacks, omnibuses, reissues, new printings, and stuff too. But what do you have, SK?
A lot of just kind of odd news from several different sources. We are. This is the last Sunday we'll have without lanterns.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Lanterns comes out this. I think it's Saturday.
Sounds right.
I don't recall. So that's cool. I'm very excited for that. Very, very excited for that. The numbers came out for Supergirl because it has ended its theatrical run, and Warner Brothers lost $50 million.
Wow.
That's a lot of cheddar.
Yeah, that is.
That is a lot of cheddar. And so what's interesting about that is James Gunn can kind of talk about what things didn't go right behind the scenes. And one of them is he didn't approve of a big portion of the script, or one big major section, I should say. So that maybe is why it didn't do so well. And that was towards the later end of the movie, like the last 25 minutes. He did not approve of that, but I mean, dude, you're the guy for DC movies. Like, how do you make that movie without your permission? I don't understand.
Can I just ask a hot question here?
Yeah.
So I don't know if she was the only writer, but one of the main writers for the Supergirl movie. How does she get? I mean, she already has confirmed other projects. When you do a movie and it tanks, why do you still get the privilege of doing other movies?
Who is it?
I mean, I don't know her name off the top of my head, but
what other projects is she?
Oh, she's writing Wonder Woman. I mean, if you didn't do a good job on Supergirl, I don't want you writing Wonder Woman.
If they mess up a Wonder Woman movie, you're gonna flip a lid, I imagine.
Yeah.
Go ballistic. Yeah. So and Supergirl is already streaming. It's already streaming, which I thought was pretty darn fast. Maybe DC's trying to bring some of those bucks they missed. Who knows? But someone brought up a good point. Like, look how successful Marvel has been over the last little while. Fantastic Four movie did great. This recent Spider-Man movie did really great. And I think, or they think that the reason that Marvel is doing particularly well is they're focusing on their big characters. You know what I mean? They're big title characters. What does DC have right now? We have Creature Commandos. Not that it was bad. It's an animated series. I mean,
I enjoyed it.
I think it was better than even I expected.
Yeah,
It wasn't great by any means, but it was, for what it was good. Each episode was like 20 minutes, so
Yeah,
they're fine for
21 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, they're fine for what they are. But we have Peacemaker, we have Creature Commandos, we have Lanterns. That could go either way. I'm hoping it's going to be great. We have Supergirl. You know what I mean? Not DC's A-list. In terms of the big draw, Superman did great because it was Superman.
So her name is Anna Naguaria, and I might have mispronounced it.
Yeah,
And
I'm not
apologies
sure.
if I did. And she is confirmed to be writing Wonder Woman and Teen Titans films. My thing is, if you're writing a superhero movie and it doesn't do well, I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
you can't stay with the formula that you have because it's not working.
yeah. I completely agree. And they confirmed a Jimmy Olsen TV show. Like whoever they cast for that guy, I forget his name. He did a good job as Jimmy Olsen, but it's really hard to. How are you going to make a TV show about Jimmy Olsen? You know what I mean? That's going to be really hard. An investigative journalist TV show with Jimmy Olsen. I can't see it. And the more I think about it, the more I think they're right. Like, James Gunn is really good at bringing some of these C tier list characters, give them a little bit of limelight. But I mean, you can't go too far down to bring characters like Creature Commandos. That's a big lore TV show. I don't know. I don't see it. I'd like to see them focus on, some major Justice League characters. Can we get a Martian Manhunter movie? That would be awesome. I'd probably see that movie a couple times. That'd be a lot of fun.
I have to really quickly say hello to one of our A-listers in the chat, and that is Kenneth Bird, 2230. Thanks for being here tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I did see that Blue Beetle is in the next Superman movie, and that's good. I think one of the great things that the James Gunn Superman did really well is it did really well telling a couple different stories at a time. So we had the Superman story, we had the Mr. Terrific and the Justice Gang story. That was really cool, the way they utilized that. I hope they do that again. I heard Aaron Pierre's Jon Stewart is also in it. So we'll see. The rumor is that Hal Jordan dies in season 1 of Lanterns. Don't know if it's true. It's just speculative. I, for one, as a Hal Jordan fan, would be very, very upset.
It seems to me that DC seems to focus more when it comes to Green Lantern in rebranding Jon Stewart as the main Green Lantern.
Well, they don't have to kill Hal Jordan. He can just go off and do something else. Yeah.
But I mean, to the point that I've seen Hal Jordan artwork that's been slightly tweaked. I mean, I'm talking like old stat artwork and stuff. And it's been like the Garcia Lopez stuff, and it's been like updated and tweaked a little bit to make it from Hal Jordan into Jon Stewart.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out here in a couple days. David Zaslav says the new Superman Man of Tomorrow movie is the best he's ever seen in terms of Superman movies, and I'm like, wow, that is a huge claim, man. You're claiming that the movie, the sequel for the new Superman movie, is the best Superman movie you've ever seen. Like, I get it. You're trying to stay positive with your brand, and you should say positive things about your movies. But like, dude, that is a major hill to climb. The best Superman movie of all time.
You got.
I don't believe it.
You got to remember, SK. They were saying that the Flash movie was like the best superhero movie ever made. Do you remember that? Like a lot of people were saying that.
I remember. Yeah. I mean, it was okay. It was like C+ superhero movie. I don't know. But yeah, I did see the new Spider-Man movie this weekend. I know that's outside of our realm, but
did you have popcorn?
I did.
Oh, good.
It was a good watch. I went with a friend of mine, another big comic fan. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It was not food.
Oh, okay.
There's some parts I didn't quite understand, but I watch enough Marvel movies to understand what's happening and what happened in the past. I tell you what, though, I really like the Hulk in that. Even though we only got it for a little bit, like really plain Hulk, and I really like that. Not that there's anything wrong with, I forget the name of the Hulk when he's like smart Hulk, he's like mostly Banner. Professor Hulk. Yeah, I just like crazy Hulk. That's what I like. And we got that. That was a lot of fun. Great movie, great film. Loved it. I can see why it did better than Supergirl in 3 days in Supergirl's entire theatrical run. But it was a good movie. Recommend it if any of you haven't seen it. Did you see it, Mr. Lasso?
I did. Yeah.
What did you think?
I enjoyed it.
Number grade between 1 and 10.
Oh, I will go like 8.5. The only thing that there's one character I didn't really like the way that they used Sadie Sink's character, and I don't want to say who it is because I don't want to spoil it. I didn't really like how they used Sadie Sink's character. But one thing that these movies don't do that I miss, they don't really. I mean, Peter Parker as a photographer doesn't exist in these movies. Like, he doesn't even have an interest in taking pictures, let alone make a living from being a photographer. And I don't know how he's paying for that apartment and those pizza boxes and stuff, because they never show that either,
Or his electric bill, you know what I mean? Like, his apartment,
I don't know how that's done.
It's got to be outrageous. Yeah, I like it. The end credit scene, I'm telling you all right now, don't even bother. It's not even an end credit scene. It's so stupid. Did you see it?
I saw it.
What was that?
It's a setup for Secret Wars.
They didn't set anything up.
Yeah, they set it up that he's on another planet, and that Secret Wars is on another planet. That's all it was.
I didn't get that. I thought they were teasing because the rumor is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is coming back for Doomsday, and I thought maybe they were teasing. Oh, it's another Earth. I don't know. But I recommend it. Yeah, it was. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely see it.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about before I get into this avalanche of 2027 releases?
No. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. One big thing. Normally, this is how it. Hold on. Normally, how it's explained to me is, in terms of James Gunn, when you're a couple years out from your contract, like right now, they should be renewing James Gunn's contract, and they didn't. That could just be because they just haven't gotten around to it, or maybe they're putting a lot of
the regime over that owns DC Comics changes like every other year.
Yeah, it could be. Some people are speculating that, they're kind of seeing how Man of Tomorrow comes out. Like if it really kills it and does great, totally renews contract. Or if it turns into a big flop like Supergirl, he could be done and the DC could be done, which would be if that happened, I'd be devastated because like when are we going to get a DC universe that sticks around for more than 4 or 5 films? It's just ridiculous. That's my TED Talk.
Okay. So I'm just going to kick it off right now by saying that I have a slew of news for Omnibus, DC's Finest, and other trade editions. Some are brand new, coming to trade. Some are previously issued that have been out of print that are coming back into print. But I mean, an absolute avalanche. And it starts with the first one that was announced this past Monday. Batman. Is that Doug Moench?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, so it's his Omnibus Volume 1. That's going to be coming in 2027, collecting Batman 360 through 381 and Tech 527 through 547, on sale April 13th. So Tony, as I start going through this list, if you see something that just catches your eye, by all means, make sure.
Oh, geez.
And
so these are all omnis, or is it some facsimiles?
No, it's not really facsimiles, but they're all Omnibus or DC's Finest or that sort of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
A character that we don't talk a whole lot about on this show that we really should do more of is Warlord. And he's getting a DC's Finest called This Savage World. And that's the cover art for it. Of course, Mike Grell, heavily involved with Warlord. This is scheduled, it collects Warlord 1 through 36 plus first issue special number 8. And that's coming February 16th.
Interesting. For all you Warlord fans, I can think of a few.
Shabab will like this one. DC's Finest Romance, Escape from Loneliness. I can totally see her pre-ordering this.
Yeah, that's right up her alley for sure.
I mean, a unique title for sure, I think. This is coming. It collects Falling in Love 58 through 61, Girls Romances 91 through 94, Girls Love Stories 94 through 97, Heartthrobs 83 through 85, Secret Hearts 86 through 89, coming January 26th. So just in time for Valentine's Day.
How appropriate.
Romance, yeah. Hitman, A Rage in Arkham.
Oh.
That's getting a DC's Finest release, scheduled for April 20th. And Tony, believe me when I tell you, I am just getting started scratching the surface on these. I have so many more. This next one, I will say, when it comes in terms of just choosing the cover, 100% aces on this one.
All right.
It's perfect. Superman Family, the Stray Superdog. Now look at that cover. That's a perfect
great cover. It is.
Yeah. So that is scheduled for release on March 9th. Of course, that cover comes from an old Superman Family comic book. Let's see. Let's talk about re-releases right now. And we'll go back to some original releases, but let's talk about some re-releases right now. These are books that were out at one point, but now they've gone out of print and will be coming back into print. As soon as my page wants to load, I'll be more than happy to share that with you. Is there anything, SK, because you don't buy a whole lot of
No,
this
I
stuff.
don't.
Is there anything that would just tip the scales and make you go, "Yep, I got to have that"?
Jeez, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Nothing. Even if it's based on character, artist, writer, nothing really jumps in my mind. Just because I've collected floppies my whole life, I can't start something else.
Yeah,
I don't even buy the facsimile of the floppies. So
yeah. Well, this really doesn't want to load tonight, but I'll tell you that Superman Panic in the Sky is coming back into print on January 12th, 2027. Green Arrow Year One, the deluxe edition, will be coming back into print in 2027. Oh, you know what? I finally got pages to load. So I really like sharing the artwork. So let's go back and sometimes it's easier to know what you're talking about when you see the artwork. So there's Superman Panic in the Sky. So that's coming back into print. That's a great cover.
That's a nice one.
I see our favorite characters are next to each other.
Oh, very cool.
Then the Green Arrow, Year One, Andy Diggle there. And
that is a great cover.
Yeah. And then Sergeant Rock, Between Hell and a Hard Place, 2027 edition, will be coming out on March 30th. Black Canary and Zatanna, Bloodspell, a Paul Dini book. I don't even remember this book.
I was going to say, I don't remember that one either. Cool cover, though.
Yeah, April 13th. That will be in print. DC Goes Ape.
I remember that one, yeah.
Yes. You know what I say about this? I say, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. April 20th. Matt Wagner's Trinity. I don't know about this cover.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So Trinity being the story of the first time that the DC top three ever met in their adventures together.
My gosh, look at Wonder Woman's face. I mean, I'm not trying to mock someone for their art, but like that is rough.
May 4th is when that is scheduled.
The faces are very square.
Yeah. And let's look at some omnibuses that once were in print, went out of print, and now are coming back into print. And I'll tell you one thing, Tony, maybe you don't know this from not being an Omni collector. When they go out of print, a lot of times the prices can skyrocket on those things.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For an Omni?
Yeah, for an Omni, especially if it's still sealed and it's out of print. Like you could see people asking $300-$400 for these things, and sometimes they get it. Olivia's here. Hi, Olivia. How are you? I think a DC's Finest Black Canary would be amazing. Unfortunately, I don't have that news to share with you tonight. But let's look at some of these Omnis coming back into print. This first one, SK, is one that I have already. The Bronze Age Justice League of America Omnibus Volume 2 is coming back into print.
So do you prefer the trade, like the paper cover, or you prefer like a hardback?
I would prefer an omnibus first, but I do like the DC's Finest. And I will say for the money, you do get a lot in the DC's Finest for, like typically the $40 that they ask for it. You get a lot. You get your money's worth.
Do these come with a hardback?
Omnibuses are usually hardcover.
Okay.
And then the DC's Finest have all been soft covers so far.
Gotcha. I prefer the hardcovers.
So the JLA Bronze Age Omni 2 is scheduled for February 23rd. Supergirl Silver Age Omni Volume 2. Now, the fact that this is coming back into print makes me, because they just put Silver Age Omni 1 back in print, and I didn't get it because I'm like, I don't want to get 1 if 2's not going to come back in print. Well, now I might get both. But I'll tell you what I do not like about this. The artwork that they use on that cover, that's not what she looks like inside the book. I mean, it's the costume she's wearing, but I wish they would use actual artwork from inside the book to represent on the cover, not new commissioned artwork. New Teen Titans Omnibus Volume 4. That will be coming back into print.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, that is April 20th for the NTT. The House of Secrets Bronze Age Omnibus Volume 2. That's cool. And Shabab's right. We need to do in October something, scary like this.
Spooky stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. April 27th. This one, Tony. Oh my gosh. I've been looking for this forever. This is so expensive right now, but it's coming back into print and it won't be anymore. Wonder Woman by George Perez Omnibus Volume 3 is getting 2027 back in print edition on May 4th. Star Wars Day.
May the
And
Wonder
that's a
Woman
great
be with
cover.
you.
Yeah, that's a great cover.
That's a wonderful cover.
Yeah. So you think, oh, he's got to be done by now. No, he's not, because we still got more, including, we got a lot more to talk about. This next section, what's the chat saying? Anything here? Oh, White Tiger Cool Calm Collected is here. Muabunga to you, Ruben. Hope you're doing good. I think it is worth it. That's the satellite era of JLA. So Olivia's saying she's going to pick up the Black Canary and Zatanna re-release. Alan asked me about half-price books. I do have not immediately near me, but not too far away. I actually had a friend who was at half-price books today taking pictures of the comic books and texting them to me saying, do you need this? Do you need this? And they even had some Silver Age Lois Lane. So
Wow, that's rare.
Yeah.
I have a half-price books. I have a Books A Million, and I have a Second and Charles. All super cool.
Nice. I've never been at Second and Charles.
I like it. It's cool.
These Batman titles coming back in print. Batman Venom, the 2027 edition on January 5th. Batgirl Year 1, the deluxe edition. I think I would enjoy this one. January 26th. That picture doesn't want to load. Batman Harley and Ivy, the deluxe edition, 2027 on February 23rd. Batman Prodigal is coming back in print February 23rd. And Batman Gothic 2027 edition on April 20th. Robin Year 1 Deluxe Edition coming out on April 27th. Batman Bruce Wayne Fugitive 2027 edition on May 4th. There's the cover for that. Let's show you some of the covers we missed. That's cool.
I like that. Yeah.
That's cool too. So
Some great art.
Batman stuff, yeah. Robin is getting a DC's Finest edition called The League of Crime. It collects a lot of stories from the Batman family as well as Detective Comics, especially when the two titles merged into one back in the late 70s. DC's Finest Robin, The League of Crime, is scheduled for a May 4th release. This cover comes from a Batman family cover. They've recycled it for this, but this is a lot of fun, don't you think?
That is nice.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's like that old Catwoman.
Yeah. Not done with Batman news yet. DC's Finest Batman Night of the Stalker, which will collect Batman 246 through 281, Detective 430 through 445, and the never-before collected 5-page Batman story that was included with the Batman Model Kit, released by Aurora in 1974. I like it when they put stuff like that in there. I think that makes it extra fun. And I'm actually considering maybe getting this.
It's a nice cover.
Yeah.
Classic when Batman was like, really super scary, in my opinion.
Yeah. So let's see. A second Batman by Neil Adams, Absolute Adams edition of Volume 2.
Absolute Adams. Is he in the Absolute verse?
No, he isn't. So, featuring just a wonderful classic Neil Adams cover there.
Oh, I like
been
that.
Announced. So there's a Volume 1 about to come out, I think. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's about to come out. And Volume 2 has been announced for June 15th of 2027. And we all know a certain Neil Adams collector that's probably going to buy this. Not probably, definitely going to buy that.
Already has 2 copies on pre-order.
Probably. We're about to get to my favorite news piece of these re-releases. But before that, I got another Batman one for you. Batman Legend of the Dark Knight Omnibus, Volume 1. is scheduled for June 1st, 2027, collecting Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 1 through 38, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Annual, Batman 474, and Tech 641.
Very cool.
Some new omnibuses that we've never had before that are coming in 2027 we're going to share. Let's see what the chat is saying.
Stargirl,
cool.
yeah.
Batgirl Year One, yeah. Okay, cool. I should read some of those. So let's look at some of these new omnis that are coming, which will include in this segment the omnibus I wanted the most. But we start with Batgirl Cassandra Cain Omnibus Volume 1. I had heard, and I think we even talked about this once, that the rumor mill was saying that 2027 was going to be a massive year for DC and their collected editions. And this is already proven. Look at how much we've announced for the first half of next year already. So Batgirl Cassandra Cain Omnibus Volume 1 on February 2nd. Animal Man Omnibus is coming. That is February 16th. Here we go, SK. The one I wanted the most. Bronze Age Wonder Woman Omnibus Volume 1, which will include the 12 Labor storyline. That's set for March 4th release. March 2nd release.
And it's not a bondage cover.
No, it isn't. Deathstroke the Terminator by Marv Wolfman Omnibus Volume 2 has been announced April 20th. This is not final art, but the New Titans Omnibus Volume 2, scheduled for May 4th. Amethyst, Princess of Gemworld Omnibus for May 18th. That will include some of her original appearances back in the mid-'80s as well.
Very cool.
Jonah Hex is getting an omnibus. That's a great
Love Jonah Hex. Yeah.
Yeah. Hex, yeah. June 8th. Suicide Squad.
Love it.
This is volume 3 of the Ostrander omnibus, scheduled for June 8th. Legion of Superheroes. You know them, Tony.
I've heard of them.
The Great Darkness Saga omnibus. So this is from the classic Paul Levitz, Keith Giffen era. That's scheduled for June 15th. Millennium Omnibus. Great cover. That will be coming into omnibus format on June 15th. President Luthor Compendium.
I like it.
April 27th. And yeah, I still have more to talk about. We have some DC's finest in a minute. I told you that it was out of control. Look at how long I've been going on this.
Just on trades.
Yes. I haven't read Millennium, but I'm familiar with the covers. Have you read that, Tony? Maybe we should do that in the retro review sometime.
It sounds familiar. I don't recall exactly. But for whatever reason, it is ringing some bells.
Okay. So here are some DC's finest. And I swear, guys, we'll get into the retro review eventually. Starting out with the Batgirl Cassandra Cain Silent Night collected edition. That is due on January 5th. Wonder Woman Judgment in Infinity.
That's a cool cover. Who did that?
I think that's Gene Colan.
Okay.
No, it's Ed Hennigan. Sorry, it's Ed Hennigan.
That's really cool.
What's included in this is the Superman Wonder Woman Radio Shack giveaway that's never been reprinted. That's going to be included in this.
I didn't realize that Radio Shack gave it away.
Yeah, Radio Shack.
Was it like a floppy?
Yeah, it's a real floppy. Radio Shack did some Superman and Supergirl giveaways, and then they did one of Superman and Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman drops on January 19th. We got the DC's Finest Events Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 4, scheduled for February 9th. There's the Legion again, the Great Darkness Saga. This time is at DC's Finest. on March 2nd. The Question, Zen and Violence on March 16th. Batman, A Lonely Place of Dying on April 6th. Metamorpho, How to Make a Superhero, April 27th. Superman, The Krypton Connection for May 11th. And Atom, Birth of the Atom. That's a cool May 18th release.
That's nice.
Aquaman, The Haunted Sea. More Silver Age Aquaman on June 1st of 2027. Catwoman, To Catch a Thief, June 8th. Fourth World, The Storm of Battle on June 22nd. We'll get another Western, Requiem for a Gunfighter. That DC Finest, December 8th of this year. And Tony, I'm not done yet.
Oh, okay. I just found the Radio Shack giveaways of some books. I didn't know that, but that's really pretty cool.
I think it's scheduled for $39.99. There is a Wonder Woman one out right now called The Legend of Wonder Woman. That is the end of pre-crisis Wonder Woman. This new Judgment of Infinity are the issues before those issues. So if you get those two, you'll have a bigger scope.
I like how Lex Luthor is fighting Superman and Wonder Woman, and what appears to be him shooting a Radio Shack at the bottom.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, because these are my enemies: Superman, Wonder Woman, and Radio Shack.
Yeah, and the Wiz.
I wonder if Lex Luthor ever shopped at Radio Shack. Like I'm building this power suit to fight Superman, and I need some diodes and whatnot. Let me zip on over to Radio Shack.
Superman versus Brainiac coming back into print. That is scheduled for April 6th. The Multiversity Deluxe Edition by Grant Morrison.
Awesome stuff.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, I love it.
May 25th. Orion by Walter Simonson Omnibus is getting a 2027 edition coming back into print on May 25th. What do we think about this one? Superman First Thunder Shazam, the Deluxe Edition. I think we have retro reviewed this before, if I remember.
We have. And for those of you who don't know, that is Joshua Middleton's first published art at DC. So it is kind of a big deal.
And that is June 15th of 2027. Silver Age Justice League of America Omnibus Volume 2 on June 22nd. And Wonder Woman, the Golden Age Omnibus Volume 1 back in print on June 29th. And Tony, that's the end of my list.
Cool. That's a long list.
Yes. I love hearing all these announcements, and I find them very exciting. I just wish that it didn't take me 24 minutes to read them all.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy, how are you? Yes, DC fans go broke buying all of those books. Correct. Hope you're doing well, Randy.
Wild.
Commandy has a omnibus that was just re-released like this week.
We did Commandy very recent.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Okay, SK, it's retro review time. So originally we're going to do Robin tonight, but our special guest was unable to make the show at the last minute. So we decided just to save that, and instead this was kind of a collaborative effort between you and I in coming up with a retro review, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely.
I said, why don't we do one of the 2-issue Convergence titles? And I listed out a few titles, and you said Shazam.
Shazam.
So for those that don't remember, Convergence was a 2-month comic book event in 2015 where Brainiac pulled doomed cities and characters from alternate timelines and multiverses, trapping them in domes on an alien planet to see how they interacted. And he kind of had one planet battle another one. So that was the general gist of this event. In reality, DC was moving its offices from New York to California and needed some filler in there. So I'm going to kick us off with issue number 1. You should, Olivia. It's a good book. I'll kick us off with issue number 1 tonight. You're going to fight for your city, and it's going to be Fawcett City of Earth S versus Gotham City of the Gaslight universe. So we're in Fawcett City, and defenders of each domain will battle the other, and only the greatest of heroes will live. Deny me, your people will be destroyed. So Billy Batson is reporting on that voice, which is Telos. And he says, we have new information that other receivers have picked up on too, that our dome opening has been delayed 7 hours. Stay tuned for more updates on Wiz Radio. So he tries to say Shazam, but it doesn't work. So in the city, everyone is talking about like it's the end of the world. They're kind of thinking about what it's going to be like to fight this other place. What if there's aliens or monsters? How are we going to survive? And the government is trying to calm down public panic, but it's not working so well. Someone even says, hey, Captain Marvel abandoned us. What are we supposed to do? And Billy starts to defend him a little bit. And someone says, someone's trying to get a hold of Bullet Man and Bullet Girl. But while Billy goes on to defend, he says, hey, Captain Marvel would be here if he could. Of course, Billy knows better than anyone else. He says, and, they say, well, he left us before. And he's like, well, he wouldn't have the first time, Captain Marvel, along with Mary Marvel and Captain Marvel Jr., fought tirelessly for Fawcett City. They talked about how Dr. Savannah trapped the Marvels and sent them into a deep space and suspended animation, but it wasn't until they got close, their prison got near the sun, that burned the prison apart and freed them, and they were able to come back and kind of start over in this world. So they're saying, and if he's not here right now, because, Billy can't change into Shazam because of that dome. He says, if he was here right now, he would save us. The Marvels must have been off of the planet at the time that we got domed. And this guy's like, it doesn't matter. It's going to be over in 30 seconds. And we see that he's got a whole bunch of bombs that he's getting ready to detonate. But someone swoops down, grabs a hold of him. It's Bullet Man and Bullet Girl. And they know they don't have much time to defuse the bomb. So they swoop him away, get him out of danger. Although I think that was kind of a suicide bombing there. And they say, well, we might not have the Marvels, but we have the Bullets fighting for us, and they've always stood by our city. So we have Dudley, and who's he talking to there, SK?
I don't know. I think it's just the old police commissioner. I forget what his name is.
So
maybe the mayor?
Okay, those two have been talking a lot. And the other Marvels notice that something is up. So they're kind of communicating via walkie-talkie. By the other Marvels, I mean Billy and Mary and Freddie are all talking, and they're keeping an eye on what's going on. So the guy's name is Mr. Morris that Dudley's been talking to, and he's walking across the street, and they're saying that Uncle Dudley and Morris are acting real different than normal, but the dome opening is a bigger concern right now. So, and Mary goes on to say, today you might as well just have admitted as who we are and why we couldn't help because our magic doesn't work. And he goes, hey, it's not permanent. I just know that when this dome opens, we'll be able to say the words and be who we used to be. So they turn their attention back again, and they see Uncle Dudley and Mr. Morris getting ready to go down this subway, and the kids follow soon after. And I love this part right here. Mary says, I don't know, Billy. It still feels weird following mysterious men underground. And he says, really? It always worked out pretty well for me. Because we know that's how he got his powers.
Yeah.
And it's dark in there. They can't see, and they wish for a light, and they do get a light projected by Mr. Atom. And they're like, Billy's like, how? Captain Marvel smashed you. And he's like, I was weak. I'm no weak being who dies because the body's destroyed. And he's been reassembled by King Kull, the Monster Society of Evils working under the city the entire time. And King Kull says, you shouldn't wander off when Kull is so close to finishing my project. He's like, I'm collecting the intruders, you primitive. And he says, still, I do not understand how a Neanderthal is the most formidable weapons engineer of all time. And I think we all kind of wonder that. And then Mr. Morris and Dudley have walked down, and the kids see them, and they know that that is not Uncle Dudley, and it's not Mr. Morris. It doesn't even sound like them, and it isn't, because the holographic form comes off, and it's been Dr. Savannah in disguise.
Sounds like a Scooby-Doo face reveal. Doctor.
Yeah, dun, dun, dun. Now, who is Iback? I'm not very familiar with that Shazam villain, because he was the one playing Mr. Morris.
Yeah, Ibeck is it's been a while for Ibeck, but he's a big Shazam villain too.
Yeah. So they've been impersonating for a while, and Dr. Savannah says, "Hey, I even know your secret identities because you were so stupid to change in front of me because you didn't even know that it really was me because I was disguised as your uncle. But I haven't given out your secret yet because I feel that might be worth something in the future." And they have the same problems too when it comes to about powers functioning with the dome over the city. So they've been limited a little bit as well. So they find the real Uncle Dudley and Mr. Morris, who are chained up, and they're horrified to know that the kids have been captured now too. And then someone orders them to put that muzzle down and get away from the kids, and it's Tawny. We love Tawny. So there's Tawny the tiger, and they go instantly into battle and try to zap him, but he jumps out of the way. And Iback is going to slay the tiger, but that doesn't work out either. Because, like I said, the powers are affected with the dome. And Mary says, Tawny, we haven't seen you in months. And he says, hey, I'm sorry. I've been lying low looking for answers. I never stopped checking in on you. And Billy says, see, Savannah, friendship trumps a society based on hate. And all of a sudden, a big weapon is fired. And Savannah and Iback are going to beat the children and the cat, the Viking Neanderthal declares. And they're saying, we're actually coming in to tell you there's been a change in the phase state outside. And Savannah wants to know, phase state, do you mean the barrier? And Iback wants the weapon. He's like, I'm going to kill this tiger and for having the nerve to attack Iback. But he said Iback, which triggers him back. And yeah, exactly. It's the magic. He said his word. So they know it's working again. And Savannah's like, the dome is down. And Billy's like, oh yeah, Shazam. And then we get a great splash. Yep. And then we got the other Captain Marvel Jr. and Mary Marvel changing behind, and they are back. It's been a long time since they've been able to take this form, and they start attacking their enemies. On the next page, we got Iback and Captain Marvel Jr. Freddy really duking it out. And as they go on forward with their battle, we can go on to the next page. Savannah says, we have the home court advantage here. And he kind of laughs. And that's by threatening, the real Uncle Dudley and Mr. Morris. And the villains are starting to get a slight upper hand a little bit on the Marvels, it seems. And then on the next page, Tawny is able to free the captured real Mr. Morris and Uncle Dudley. And they hear this big noise. And even Savannah's like, no, no, no. And you got on the bottom panel, you get a big sound. And they brought the entire building down. And Mr. Adams even missing his head. But the Shazams look up. While we were underground, the battle began. So now we have the battle between the two cities has begun. And that is our cliffhanger for issue number 1. And then there was a really good sketchbook too. I'll save that and share that when we get done with this issue.
Yeah, here we go. 1973 Fawcett City versus modern day Gaslight. So first ones to arrive on the scene were Mr. and Mrs. Bullet, or Bullet Man, Bullet Girl. Not my favorite heroes from that area, but cool, I guess. They immediately start jumping on these blimps and start trying to find a weakness. The Shazam family is able to join up with them. They're happy to see each other, which is probably helpful to have friends during this big battle. But they're able to stop some of the bombs and probe for weaknesses on the blimps. But then Shazam is hit with something. It turns out that it's Batman of that universe, who's also just as determined to fight for his Gotham. But one thing I don't think that Bruce knows, and maybe at least in this universe, I don't think he understands magic. I don't think in Gaslight they ever established real big magic users. I could be wrong, but Billy goes chasing after him, but he's stopped by some of Batman's traps. But here's Billy gets zapped, and he's having this quick flashback here, but he snaps out of it pretty quick. But Batman's got the definitely overhand, and Billy down here, you can see he's a little starstruck. Watching Batman do his thing is pretty cool. But then they realize, what? We're both kind of stuck in here. We might be able to team up and find out if we can take care of this together. So they zip down there and they find Gotham by Gaslight Killer Croc. Looks like a old-timey baseball player, if you ask me. I don't know why. I just find his outfit so comical, but he's quickly dealt with. But then we get this really cool splash page of the entire Gotham City Rogues Gallery: Clayface, Poison Ivy, Harley, Joker, Penguin, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Riddler, Man-Bat, and Scarecrow. Very, very horrific stuff. I would say the scariest one out of all of them is this Joker character right here. I don't know why, but he's got like John Carpenter movie serial killer vibes.
Crazy in the face.
Yeah, they did a really good job with that. I don't know why, but man, that is spooky. Let me zoom back out here. But Gotham 2 has monsters, and here we are. We see them all. It's just a really cool splash. I wish that was a poster. I'd buy that. But Mr. Freeze, takes his luck at Shazam, but absolutely no luck. Not Clayface, but Iron. Almost said Iron Man for a second. What the heck is his name? I already forgot his name. But anyway, Mr. Adam. I was going to say Iron Giant. I don't know why. Mr. Adam, he's able to fix himself, but comes in to start raising some heck. But here we go. We have the Marvels, the Bullets, coming in to help clean this up. We have a really cool fight scene here between Batman and Two-Face, while the Bullets take out some of the other guys. The Marvels doing really good with Mr. Adam. Finally, we figured out who this entire time is controlling the Atom, and it is Mr. Mind. One of my favorite DC Shazam villains, who is a caterpillar, for those of you who don't know. A sentient caterpillar destined to take over the world. They were able to blow him up. And here you can see Batman kind of mopping up some of the rogues gallery here. And that's it. I don't know. It's hard to determine how they've decided that the Fawcett City wins. But Fawcett City did win. They come out on top and they defeat Gotham by Gaslight, even though Batman was on their side, and he wasn't supposed to be. He was supposed to be opposing them. So technically, he wasn't fighting for his world. I don't know, but that's it. Quick read.
Okay, so I want to share one of Doc Shaner's, because they included this as a really cool bonus feature from his sketchbook. So
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome.
I like how Tawny the Tiger isn't just wearing regular clothes. He always has a tie.
Yeah. You know why?
The fanciest tiger.
Because he's great.
Wouldn't that be weird if they came out with some lore that says, "Oh yeah, Tawny is actually Tony the Tiger is like granddad or something."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Like, whoa, Frosted Flakes is canon to DC.
So, what are we thinking about these two issues and this in general?
None of the Convergence titles were particularly great. Like you were mentioning before, this is a time where DC just needed to put out some content while they moved from New York to Burbank, California. So they just, I was talking with some Convergence authors and artists, and DC was like, okay, here's what needs to happen. There really isn't a whole lot of guidance, and you only have 2 issues, so figure it out.
Yeah, and we're never doing it again.
Yeah, and they haven't.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. They did Future State, which was, similar in terms of some of them only got 2 issues and moved on to the next one. But
yeah, well, Future State was supposed to be a direction that they were going, and it was the completed work that they've already paid for that they didn't want to throw away.
That's true.
But, they did do something else that lasted 3 issues that was a theme that maybe we should explore sometime. They did this thing called DC Retroactive, and they had one that was the 70s, one was the 80s, and one was the 90s. And they were like untold stories from those decades in whatever particular title. Like, for example, they would give you this brand new original story, and then they would reprint a issue from that decade all together in the same comic book.
Very cool. Yeah. I did not know that. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know if DC did it before Marvel. I didn't know. I'm not too familiar with Marvel Convergence.
Yeah, this was 2015, so.
Yeah. Yeah, 2015. Oh, man. Oh,
I know, it doesn't seem that long ago, does it?
Yeah.
But it's been a minute. It's been all of these hands and more.
Yeah. Yep.
So we liking it? We not liking it? What?
For what it is, I like it. It's kind of a really cool what if. Overall, I mean, I can imagine a lot of people not liking this.
Yeah, I want to like it, but it seems like when I get into the actual stories, I'm kind of bored.
There was a whole bunch of short stories like these, but there was a main Convergence story at the same time. That ran for about 7 or 8 issues, I believe. I don't recall. That's got a little bit more story and it's a little bit more juicy. Maybe we'll have to check it out someday, but I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so that was our on-the-fly review. Because trust me, Tony and I didn't know that we were doing this review until
we did not. We did not.
Like 2 hours ago, and an hour out of those 2 hours has been this show. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, but we got to figure it out. So that's pretty cool. Let's go over, I guess, and start talking about our channel and our book show. How many subscribers are you at now?
21,400 and some change.
Wow.
It's funny. Right now, I'm in the weird spot where if I'll lose, if you look on Social Blade, it counts by tens.
Okay.
So if you're at 100 subscribers and you lose 1, bringing it down to 99, it'll count as 10. But in reality, it's only 1. So I panicked, a couple weeks ago and was like, I'm losing 10, 10, 10, 10,
and you're not.
10. I'm not. But right now I'm in this weird spot where if I gain 3, I'll lose 2, and then I'll add 4. It's I'm on a weird subscriber roller coaster. It's kind of fun to watch, but it's been a lot of fun.
Any content coming? Nope.
Yes, I am. Next weekend, next Saturday, I'll be doing Only Slabs with Rob's Fat Stack. So that's fun. I've never been on that show, Rob and I just been kind of chatting off the wire a little bit. So I'm pulling 24 slabs, and we're going to talk about them, which is a lot of my collection. But yeah, check it out. Rob's a good guy in the community, and I think the co-host for that is Comic Vet, another cool guy. Both, I believe, were also nominated for the Comic Book Community Awards too. So.
Yes, which, by the way, nominations in round 1 are closed now. So we will know in a few weeks who the top 5 finalists are.
And we'll know who our friends are.
Yes, we will. Okay. Did you bring something for a book show to share with us?
I did. So I have Convergence, number 1 that we were talking about, the Shazam. Oh, almost dropped it. That was bad. Here we have Jeff Parker and Doc Shaner. And it is the only one, when CBCS was around, it was the only one on the census. So it came back. I was surprised it came back at 9.8. And I also have issue 2. This one, it's a little bit harder to see because it is such a dark cover, and they use just basic Sharpie. Mm-hmm. Also pretty high grade, so they look pretty darn good together. Issue 1 and issue 2. Yeah, I met Mr. Shaner a couple times. Very nice guy to talk to, and in fact, I got him to sign a book for you.
I was going to say that. Yes, my big Wonder Woman book that's got all the multiple signatures on it.
Yeah. So when I got to his line, he was signing with Comic Sketch Art or something, and there's a huge line for this artist and that writer, whatever. There was Doc Shaner was just sitting there, there's no one in his line, and I come up to him, and I'm polite. I'm talking SIGs, and he signs probably 5 or 6 books for me, and they were like $5 each. And I'm pulling out my cash, and I'm just flipping through it, and I was like, "What do I owe you again?" He's like, "Just leave." I was like,
"Just leave."
Okay. Yeah, I was like, he said it in a more polite way than that, but I mean, I end up just putting a $20 bill in his bucket, but which I think is way more than fair. But yeah, super nice guy. I love chatting books with Doc Shaner.
Nice. That's awesome. Anything else you want to talk about before I do my book show turn?
A lot, but it's not that kind of show.
Oh, okay. You should see Fanboys after the show. That's an interesting stream.
Yeah, zip on over to that.
Yeah. So I always like to talk about what's on my channel, then what's coming to my channel, then do my book show. So what's on the channel? Back issue of the week. Do you remember Yara Flor?
I remember her for a hot minute.
Yeah, Future State. Wonder Girl, when she was Wonder Girl, number 1. That was a hot book for a while, and that's the current back issue of the week that's on my channel. Very nice. Then I did a Lasso Loot Volume 296 video. Oh my gosh, SK. There is original production art in that video by a huge legend. Did you see that video or not?
I have not. I'll probably check it out here very soon.
Huge production, original art by a legend. There is a childhood memory with a little bit of trauma associated with it. That's in there. I have more posters. You can see all the poster Signature King that you didn't get. I could have sent them to the Signature King, and I said, no, I'm keeping them for myself. See, SK's, I don't want to watch this video.
Yeah,
one of the posters you ended up getting yourself, so I don't feel guilty about that one.
I still want it though.
Okay. There's just a lot of there's a slab in there. Maybe if you twist my arm, I might even show it in my book show in a moment. If you twist my arm.
This is me visualizing putting you in some sort of arm bar.
Okay. So that's what's currently on the channel. There'll be a back issue of the week tomorrow dropping. Hadn't been recorded yet. It hadn't been selected yet. We'll figure that out sometime tonight before I go to bed.
Yeah.
The Lasso Loot video that's coming on Tuesday afternoon, my recorded video, that has some DC and some Marvel in it. It has a silver... Randy will like this. Randy will like this when I say this. It has a Silver Age Marvel #1 issue in it.
Oh.
Yeah. And some more good stuff. And it has more posters.
More
I'm
posters.
poster palooza.
I gotta count how many I have because I'm just curious now. But I'm pretty sure I gotta be close to triple digits.
Yeah. Then Friday night, I am a guest on John's Comics with Friends. He does a monthly omnibus review, and him and JP Budget Collecting invited me to review with them the Savage She-Hulk omnibus. So that's her beginnings from early 1980, and so I'll be on there on Friday night. So that's what's coming up on the channel. Let's do my book show. I haven't shared these on my channel yet. It might be a few weeks before I actually officially share them, but I'm going to share them tonight. This is Spur of the Moment. I just picked up, and I haven't read it yet, but Convergence, Justice League of America, issue 1.
Ooh.
Of course, this is the Detroit JLA era, you know. And these are dollar bin books. But I saw it, and I'm like, yeah, I want it. And if you get issue 1, you should get issue 2, don't you think?
Oh yeah, they gotta go together.
Yeah. So I got both of those. Like I said, you're the first to see them, but they'll officially show up in a Last Salute video sometime in the future. Then my arm was recently twisted. Do you want to see? I'm going to show this. I'll show it. Then I'm going to ask you, SK, how much do you think I paid for this? Okay?
All right, that's fair.
I usually don't talk about how much I pay for things, but I'm going to talk about how much I pay.
Unless
for
you got
things,
like a
okay?
crazy deal, then I will talk to everybody. Yeah.
This was an upgrade for me. Mine was raw, but I got this awesome DC Blue Ribbon Digest #3. That's got a Golden Age All-Star Comics reprint. It's got 2 Bronze Age All-Star Comics reprints, including the first appearance of Power Girl. It's got that first issue special with Dr. Fate reprinted in there. Got it as a CGC 9.0. Let's look at the back cover.
That's cool.
So, SK, how much do you think that this cost me?
Did you buy it?
I bought it in a store, not online.
Is it your store?
Yeah.
Oh, $75.
Lower.
$55.
Lower.
$35.
Lower.
What? You practically now I'm thinking you might have stole it.
No, higher.
$25.
Lower.
$15.
Higher.
$20.
Bing, bing, bing. We got a winner.
Yay! That's pretty good. $20. I would have bought that for $20.
I would have bought it if it was unslab for $20.
That's a good.
I'm just
that's a good
going through there looking at which ones have been added. I see this. I'm like, well, holy black canary.
Mine.
Yeah. So
That's cool. That is really cool. Awesome.
I do want to say that if you would like to do an at-home book show, share a cover with us on Instagram, use the hashtag Fanboys Live and the Retro Review.
Do it.
I'm getting close to my Lasso Loot video 300, and I'm going to do something
300
special for that because it's an anniversary episode, so
Mhm.
got to do something extra special for that, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of know what I'm going to do already, and I'm not going to say much more than don't miss it.
All right. That's enough to grab everybody's attention.
Yeah, I think so. Anything else you'd like to talk about tonight while we have undivided attention?
No, but get out there and keep hunting.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's test his memory. Who is our special guest next week?
John's Comic with Kids.
No.
I forget
John's Comics with Friends.
who. John's Comic with Friends. It's the same
Yes,
person.
It is the same person.
Maybe those Convergence need to fight. John's Comic with Kids fights
Oh,
John's
that would
Comics
be
with Friends.
interesting.
Yeah,
The
right.
kids and their friends could fight.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, and see what happens. So we'll find out what books he has picked out for our retro review soon. I'm looking forward to figuring it out. SK, I hope you have a fantastic week. Any comic book that you know is coming out this week that you're looking forward to, or?
No, I think there's a no. Wait, that was this week. Absolute Green Arrow. I'm really digging that one. That one's
Yeah, and the
probably
next
one of
issue,
my
the next issue is going to introduce Absolute Solomon Grundy,
that's why.
and
Yeah,
he's even going to be on the cover. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
Oh,
not coming out
gonna be
this
so
week,
cool.
so
Yeah.
Absolute Batman's coming out this week.
I mean, obviously, I'm getting all the Absolute Batman. So this is. I'll show you this real quick.
Yeah.
It's one of these, but I didn't realize this that I have, and I didn't. Like I said, I didn't realize I picked these up. So I have the Absolute Batman,
Yeah.
Superman, and Wonder Woman foils,
Uh-huh.
and I have the super cool Jim Lee fan package for Baltimore Comic Con, and Zack Snyder's going to be there. Not Zack Snyder, Scott Snyder's going to be there, and Jason Aaron, who writes Absolute Superman. So it's going to be an absolutely
Time
spectacular.
to load it up.
I'm going to load up on SIGs, baby. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. All right. You've been watching the greatest DC comic show on YouTube, Fanboys Live, and the Retro Review. Thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you next week. Take care. Thanks to everyone in the live chat, and thanks to those that watched in the rewind all the way to the end. Have a great week. Bye for now.